You know you're done goofed when you end up throwing it back after recording for roughly half an hour. Yeah, I did that with one of my previous on-camera videos just last night, actually. I seriously don't recommend bending over to film a camera. No, to film, like, stuff. It's just proof how tired I am. Yes, that is a blood stain on my pillow, on my bed. Yeah, I don't. That doesn't mean I don't perform satanic rituals late at night. I'm not that kind of guy. I do have blood noses a lot, however, and that was probably what caused it. Anyway, 30 seconds in the video, and I haven't even explained what the video is about. I'm going to be talking. I'm actually going to be showing off my PlayStation Vita game collection. Now, anything mentioning on my channel mentioning PlayStation Vita is almost instantly going to get at least 100 views, because for some reason that just seems to get a nice amount of views. Anyway, without further ado, we're almost a minute into the video and I haven't shown a single thing other than my bare hand. Let's get straight into it. First game on this list is probably the worst game on this list. Asphalt Injection. Yeah, not much to say about this. I paid $10 for this. All this is just a painfully mediocre port of an iOS game you can pick up for free, or even $1 at max, I think. That was ported over to the Vita and released as a $50 title. Don't recommend getting it. It's not very good fun at all. Anyway, next game on this list. This has a printed cover that I did by myself, so if it looks absolutely awful, yes, you can blame me for this. I have Tearaway. Actually, I just completed this a couple of days back, actually. This is a great game. I absolutely adore this. Actually, I love it that much, I rebought it on PlayStation 4. I'll be doing a video on PlayStation 4 a little later. You can see it's got a European cartridge, despite the fact it's got an American box art. I don't think that's going to zoom in anytime soon. But anyway, that's that game. Absolutely, I do definitely recommend getting this game if you don't already have this game on PlayStation 4, or you're looking for a great platformer, and a game that involves great use of hardware on the Vita too. This is absolutely amazing. Anyway, next game on this list. We're heading into the PG rated games now. I didn't mention before this. There's a lot of ESRB American games, imported games on here. Region-free gaming for the win. However, there's a couple of Australian games in here too. Next game on this list is Child of Light Complete Edition. This is actually my most recent physical pickup. I picked this up, when was it? About 2 weeks ago, actually. And it has all the DLC codes that have already been used for everyone watching this video's convenience. Again, there's the cartridge there. Picked this up for 24 bucks. I definitely recommend picking this up on any platform you've got. This is available on PlayStation 3, Vita, 4, Wii U, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. This is an amazing game. Definitely do pick it up if you can find it cheap. Anyway, next game on this list is Need for Speed Most Wanted. I absolutely adore this game on any system. I own it on Wii U, 360, and Vita, and I absolutely adore the Vita version, because it's pretty much the exact same game as the 360 and Wii U versions. Not many games can, not many companies can proudly say that they've done a port that's on a handheld that's right on par with the console versions. Seriously, if you have a Vita and you want a good open world racing game, I cannot recommend this enough. This is absolutely amazing. Alright, last PG rated game on this list is the Ratchet and Clank Trilogy. One of the only decent trilogies on the Vita, actually. They run at 30 frames, which is half of what the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 versions run at. But they're still pretty bloody good fun on the go. Myself in particular, absolutely love playing Ratchet and Clank 3. 2 has an unfortunate bug early on in the game, so if you do find this cheap, only play it if you want to play 1 and 3, which doesn't make any sense at all, but oh well. You still get 2 games. Alright, next game on this list is Persona 4 Golden, or P4G as it says quite exorbitantly on the box here. Where do I even begin with this? The highest rated Vita game. This is definitely deserving of the highest rating on any Vita game ever. This is absolutely amazing. I've completed the game. I was about to say I haven't completed the game, but that's a load of shit. I have completed the game. It's just so much fun. There's a lot to do, multiple endings. I just can't recommend this game enough. For any Vita owner out there who's interested in RPGs, get the game. Alright, next game on this list. It's actually coming up to a year since I bought this. Dead or Alive 5. This is just like Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's a console port that's been downsized onto a handheld with little or no omissions. Actually, the version has a few additions. One of my favorite fighting games of all time, actually, Dead or Alive 5. I'm not going to pick up Extreme versus 3 or whatever that bra-laden game is. I mean, look, right there, there's already boobies on the cover everywhere. I think that's representative of what type of game you're getting yourself into. But no, it's actually a very solid fighter. Definitely do recommend getting this if you can find it cheap. Yeah, very enjoyable Vita title. Next game on this list is once again another kind of downsampling from Vita. No, not Vita. That's the system we're talking about to prove how tired I am. PS2 and PS3. Final Fantasy X X2 HD Remaster. I bought this pre-owned, so I only had X, sadly, but I think it's worth it on its own. Two of the most celebrated adventures of the generation, now beautifully remastered for Vita. This is actually a very good remaster. I haven't played the originals, but it runs amazingly on Vita, and it suits the Vita very well. You see, that code does not work, so if anybody wants to use that code, tough. It doesn't work. To my sadness, actually, because I really wanted to try X2 out afterwards, but I've got the PS4 version of this as well. So I can try that, I guess, if I'm interested in the song and dance. Anyway, next game on this list is Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. I had plans to get Rebirth 2 and Rebirth 3, but I haven't really gotten around to doing that yet. Probably because I still enjoy playing this from time to time. But yeah, this is not a bad game. This is actually a pretty decent RPG, actually. This is actually one of my older Vita games I've got in my library. I picked this up in September of 2014, so I've owned this for over a year. And this is a pretty good game, mate. A pretty enjoyable RPG. It got a bit of erotica, kind of got a bit of a kind of like suggestive themes and all that. But you know what? I guess the Vita is king for those type of games, isn't it? Unfortunately. Actually, no, not even that really. Anyway, before I go on too much, next game on this list is Archiba's Trip: Undead and Undressed. I also own this on PlayStation 4. Very, very good fun beat 'em up. Very sexist, however. Well, not really. I don't know what the reviewers are complaining about. I'm not 100% sure, really. The English dub, is absolutely atrocious for this though. That's the one negative thing I have about this game. And there's long loading times too, but I do recommend looking at this game anyway if you can find it cheap. It's pretty good. Pretty good fun on the Vita. If you can find it cheap on the PS4 like I did, pick it up on PS4 instead. Runs at 60 frames on there and like 30 on here, and has a couple of improvements. Alright, next game on this list is quite possibly my favourite Vita game ever. Freedom Wars. Now, quite a surprising choice. I did an unboxing video of this back in October of 2014. There's a lot of 2014 references in this video. But this is an absolutely amazing... not absolutely amazing, but it's a very solid kind of Monster Hunter God Eater like self-sacrifice like clone, really. It's kind of hard to describe what it is. Based in a kind of a futuristic kind of thing where everyone's given 1,000,000-year sentences from birth and you got to fight your way to get to 0. Very long game. Very enjoyable, though, at that. Again, you can find this quite cheap. I do recommend getting this if you can get it. Next game on this list is Dagon Rampage Trigger Happy Havoc. Oh my god, where do I even begin with this? This is an amazing, amazing visual novel. Very, very good story. I will not spoil any of it for any of you's sake. All rise. The only escape from this shocking killing game is murder. Oh well. Such is the course of life and death. But yeah, cool cartridge artwork there, I guess. No manual, which is kind of surprising. Not many Vita games come with manuals. It's just this empty blue case. Oh well, definitely do recommend getting this if you can find it. Physical copies are hard to find at where I am though. In Australia, they're quite hard to find. I struggled to find a copy in October of 2014, so I don't know how the situation is now. Probably worse. Oh well, Vita games are hard to find down here anyway. Next game on this list is its sequel, Dagon Rampage 2, Goodbye Despair. As much as I love the first one, I'm actually yet to play the second one. Notice the pattern here, there's a lot of games I own that I don't play. No, that doesn't mean I'm a hoarder. I don't think I am. But, yeah, I mean, I've heard this is really good as is anyway, and I don't know, I haven't really heard if this is better than the first one, but this is still very good from what I heard. I need to pick up, the Ultra Despair Girls. Actually, funny story with this. When I bought this, they actually put in Ultra Despair Girls cartridge instead of 2. So I had to go back to the store later that day and swap it over for the actual game itself. Anyway, third last game on this list is my claim to fame, basically. Borderlands 2 for the Vita. I really ought to do another video on this game, because this game's had a lot of updates. As you can see, the cartridge slot here is gone because it's actually in my Vita. I should really do another video on this game. It's had quite a lot of updates, a surprising number of updates, and it's actually turned out pretty well now. The game runs a lot smoother in quite a few segments, in quite a few open areas, and even still doesn't look great. It runs pretty well now. But this game's very easy to find. Every EB game store in Australia I go to, there's always at least one new copy or two pre-owned copies. Kind of fits with the two here. Anyway, next game on this list is Unit 13. Not a bad third-person stealth shooter, I guess. It's not bad at all, actually. It's quite enjoyable. Not great, but quite enjoyable. Has a few annoying things here and there, and the game looks kind of weird and all jaggy and stuff, but it looks pretty impressive otherwise. But anyway, that's all I've really got to say about this. I picked this up on clearance. I haven't really got much else to say about it. Anyway, if you can find it cheap, do get it. Last game on this list is actually my second favorite Vita game, and the second one I actually picked up, Killzone Mercenary. It's kind of funny, actually. With this, I got Killzone Shadowfall adverts, and I picked up Killzone Shadowfall recently, right? And I got a Killzone Mercenary advert in that. So kind of like, okay, you want me to buy both Killzone games? I get it, I've done it already. Anyway, the only R-rated game I think that's out on the Vita in Australia, actually no, I think there's Hyperdimension and some other game, I can't remember. Too tired to do this shit. Well, this is the last game on this list. Very, very good first-person shooter. Probably the best first-person shooter on this system. Probably because it's tailor-suited for the system. Looks absolutely incredible. And is just a great, fun shooter. Definitely gets its R rating, though. It definitely is pretty violent, undoubtedly. Anyway, that is pretty much all the end of all of my Vita games. If you've gotten to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. Sorry this video is quite long. I'm quite tired. I usually would have done these videos a lot quicker if I wasn't so tired. But joke's on me, I decided to do these videos at 3:40 in the morning. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I shall see you all in the next video. Okay, see you later.